Okay, and you're good.
Okay, and I'm pulling up my notes from what you sent me so I can cover everything that we talked about. So we'll dive right into our training, and thank you, Cheryl Cortese, for entrusting us to share with everyone just some tips on how you can really move forward in your business. Moving to National Marketing Director at a rapid pace. People always ask me certain questions regarding my daily method of operation, how the business moves so quickly. I have a very busy teenager. So as a do-it-all mom, I usually have to live by the calendar. So I am going to tell you guys that there's three things that you must have when running this business, whether it's super part-time, whether it's part-time, or even if you are an entrepreneur, you work from home and you do this full-time, you should never leave your home, and you should touch three things every day. You should put your hands on your personal development book, which Atomic Habits is absolutely phenomenal, by the way, just inserting that for you tonight. If you haven't picked that book up, you definitely want to get it. You should have your written calendar with you at all times. And you should have your notebook, whatever book you use to take notes. Whenever you get on a Zoom call, whenever you go out to a meeting, whether you're at a Juice Plus event, these are three things that I tell people I keep with me to help me stay organized. It's a part of my daily method. I read every single day. Personal development is extremely important. It doesn't matter how long. For some people, it's just 15 minutes. For others, they give themselves 30 minutes. I've added it as a part of my self-care, and personal development is very big for me as a personal development coach. It's one of the things that I aid to being my success. Life is hard. Building this business is not easy. We deal with rejection. We deal with objections a lot. Which I believe is more so what we deal with on a daily basis. And so every day I find at least an hour to master the fact that I am going to deal with a lot of objections more than rejections. Okay. And you guys need to know that people will give you an objection to Juice Plus by saying, I need to check with my doctor. They're not saying no to Juice Plus. They're not rejecting you as a person, but they're actually giving you an objection to say, I'm not sure. I've never heard of this. I'm not sure if this is safe. They're a little bit more curious, right? I spend at least 60 minutes of understanding the proper way to deal with my objections, because I know that I'm going to get them on three-way calls. I know that I'm going to get them personally when I'm doing personal recruiting. And I understand that this is something that my team is going to deal with every single day. So a part of my daily method of operation is understanding what's to come. There's going to be objections every day when you're growing your business. Now, some people like their DMO to start them off with self-care early in the morning and personal development. That's my personal preference. I don't believe in pouring from an empty cup. So before my daughter gets up and tells me everything that she needs, before my parents start calling, before the team starts pulling me in different ways, I start my day off with my Juice Plus, my exercise, my personal reading time. And then I actually make two lists. I make my must-do list and my things to do list. The must-do list came from things that must be accomplished today. And at the top of that list is the things that were not accomplished the day before. So let's say that you didn't accomplish everything that you wanted to accomplish today. Who's in that situation right now saying, I've had this list of things to do today and I just did not get it done? Guess what? Starting off tomorrow morning, that's the very first thing on your must-do list, is to complete the task from the day before. Right? Now, on your things to do list is things that you may want to accomplish this week, things that you may want to accomplish this month, or before Thanksgiving, or before the holiday, or before the new year. These are, it's a running things to do list. Yesterday, I just told everyone my flight had got canceled. I was going to Orlando to be with my team, and my flight got canceled. I said, you know what, this is meant for me to stay home. I didn't get upset like I normally do. And I said, I'm just going to knock off those things that I needed to do today that I wouldn't have been able to do at home that need to get done. Working from home can be a very, very hard task. So those of you who work from home, it's important to set alarms and to live by the calendar, because you'll get distracted. People say, I'm working my Juice Plus business, when really they're washing clothes. They're picking up toys behind the kids. They're, planning for tomorrow. They're multitasking with Juice Plus on their mind, right? Multitasking, saying, I really got to call and follow up. Well, you really can multitask in your business, but the best daily method of operation is superior focus on your Juice Plus business, meaning setting the alarm and saying, for 60 minutes, I want a power hour of calls. Sometimes they're in the morning, sometimes they're in the evening. You've got to decide when's the best time to work your business personally. Some people have to work it in between. I'm a former educator. I actually changed my routine when I was teaching you guys to where my planning period, where I would normally grade papers. I would normally try to organize my room a little bit. I decided to use that peak hour of 50 minutes of my kids being at PE, and I would actually send out invites. I would tell people, I really want to speak to you about something that's extremely powerful, that's changing my life, that I believe you can benefit from. And I would set appointments. So every single day, I make it my business to set a minimum of 5 appointments. Your DMO should stretch you. So if you know that you can accomplish 3 calls, make it 5. If you know that you can do 5, set a goal to do 7. Add 2 to 3 extras so that every day in your daily method of operation, you're never getting comfortable. You're always stretching yourself to do a little bit more than the day before, to be a little bit better than the day before. This gives you the opportunity to now be able to see that you can accomplish more in a smaller period of time if you set that timer. And I kept that same rhythm from when I was teaching you guys, that allowed for me to respect my own calendar so other people can respect it. So on my calendars, there's mainly 3 major hours of business every day. There's an hour block for my personal production of reaching out and gaining customers and sharing my personal story. Converting customers to partners. Then there's an hour that's spent on team building with the people that I personally enrolled into the business, that I personally bought into the business. And then there's an hour working with anyone on my team. Anyone. It doesn't matter where they fall, who brought them in, but those 3 separate time blocks are necessary when you're trying to get over the hump and hit a goal. And this is something that really did help me a lot. Now, the other time block is time with my upline leadership, where I had to set times that I would speak with Cynthia Gompers, times that I would speak with Dr. Rachel Smart, times that I would speak with Dr. Gina, because each of them had gifts. Each of them had something that I needed that would help me be better and move faster in the business, because I understood the power of leverage. And if you really want to grow this business and have a daily method of winning, you want to master leverage, to know that every single Thursday at 8:30, I can leverage Carol talking about Juice Plus, then me doing it. I want to do that. But in turn, I learned that I needed to once a week also be a servant and not just leveraging, but to also be able to give back once a week. You can't do it every day. You can't help everyone, right? But once a week, once a month, once every other month, if you could pay it forward and recognize that helping someone else also helps you, because really you get to resell yourself in the business when you share your story, when you get to pick up the phone and call someone and tell them how Juice Plus is helping your family, how it's changed my dad's life, how it's given me more energy, how people see me and say, whatever you're doing, it's working. That's the favorite line that I love to hear. And I'm like, how am I going to hear that if I'm home? I've got to get out of my house, right? So I have to make it my business to go out of the house. And I like to spend a little bit more time actually in the lobby of my gym sometimes, where I can just meet people. And I've set times daily to get out and meet people. I talk to my team and say, working from home is a gift, but it's also a curse, because yes, we work from home. You have a home-based business. You don't have a home-bound business, which means you can leave your house and take your office anywhere. And every single day, it should be something that you strive for, to make a detour if you work, to maybe stop at the coffee shop, or stop to get some tea, or put yourself in a position where you're going to be around people every single day. Now, time management is everything. So you've got to have time for the family. You've got to have time that's set aside for you. So there's self-care time, there's your personal time with family, and then there's your business times. Those are the 3 time slots that you should have every single day if you want to run a well-organized business that isn't stressful. One thing that I love about Juice Plus is anytime it feels like stress, I stop. I don't ever want this business to be associated with stress because my numbers have fallen back, because the customers have decided that they no longer want to be on auto ship. They don't want their installment, that being on that emotional roller coaster of having to rebuild, which all of us, if you've been in the business for at least a year, you have to rebuild at some point. There's just different things daily that keep me off of that emotional roller coaster. And I have to remind myself, and I give myself daily affirmations each and every day to remind myself that I love Juice Plus, and whether anyone decides to take it or not, I'm going to take Juice Plus. So whether or not they say yes or no to Juice Plus, whether they want to be a customer, whether they want to be a partner, or they're just going to be my referral, everyone's going to be one of three people. And I remind people of that every single day. Someone on your list, someone who you've thought about, your neighbor, they all serve a purpose. And sometimes they serve a purpose for you to wake up and say, I'm going to prove them wrong, right? Sometimes you're just fueled by people just saying, this isn't going to work. You're in another business, you're trying another product. I'm going to keep trying products until they work, right? I believe that network marketing has the best products, but every product isn't the best for me. Every product isn't the best for my daily regimen, right? I found something that works, something that's helped me. And so every single day I know that I've got to pay it forward. You guys, that is the work. People always say, what's the work? Is my daily method of operation enough? The key thing is, are you consistent enough? The number one common denominator with the successful and the unsuccessful is how consistent the DMO is. It means nothing if we've got this amazing plan, we've got all these time slots, and we just wake up and we look at the whiteboard, but we don't do anything with what's on there, right? It's great to see it. It's great to know what we need to do. But if you don't make it a priority to do it, we lose every time. And one of the things that I try to do is remind myself where success came from. And it was building my business for 20 days out of the month. The last 10 days of the month, I wanted it to be the extra. So I wanted to make sure I hit my PB, my POB, my commissions. Everything had to be done by the 20th of the month. And then the last 10 days of the month was me saying, let's double it. Let's just go wild. Let's just go crazy. Let's get more promotions, more people to the next rank, more people to get those surprise title rewards in the mail. So then the last 10 days of the month, the income producing activity for myself increased to more team activity versus personal activity, because then I understood, why do I really want to go into another month of someone having to wait to be QSC when they can be qualified as QSC right now? Put them in that month where they actually can qualify, so that when the clock strikes and the new month starts, they're in their effective month. And this is where every single day, looking at your reports and understanding who needs what. Everyone doesn't want to build the business. So it's important to know who your runners are and commit to each other, that we're going to run together. So Carol, I see you right here. You're like in the middle of my screen. It's like, hey, I would tell you, like, Carol, are we running this month, or is life in the way and you just don't want to run? Because what I want you to do is tell me, yes, push me, I want to run this month, or tell me, Latoya, it's a lot going on. I'm going to take my Juice Plus every day. I'm going to make sure that my business is qualified, but I'm not going to be able to really give my business 100% this month. But if you can only give your business 25%, give it the best 25% that you've got. If you can only give it 50%, giving it 50% of what you've got. Sometimes we say, well, I'm working it, but everything after but becomes our biggest excuse of how we're giving ourselves a pass for not doing it. So every single day I've made it my business to talk to someone who's going to inspire me in my business. So I may need to hear from Tisha. I may need to get a text message. I have a QSC and above group chat where it's like new QSC loading. It's motivation. It's inspiring when you see those messages go up. I just got a new customer, just got a new partner. I just sold a tower garden. When you hear the success stories within the team, it drives you to want to do it. So creating an accountability group is important, but also having an accountability partner also is something that I really just want to end with, where you can have some accountability for yourself, but also having someone who's saying, I want to reach to that next level, just like you. Being at conference and meeting Viola, she's made a commitment to becoming IMD by July. And I'm like, "Ah, that's my birthday month. I wouldn't want her to hit and be alone at IMD without me, right?" So it became something that lit a fire under me to say, if she can do it, so can I, but it's going to require a different version of me, which means that I'm going to have to be better. I'm going to have to be stronger. I'm going to have to be more focused. I'm going to have to stick to the DMO. Don't just make one, don't just have one, but really stick to it and then increase my daily activity. So I would have to increase the calls. I can't settle for 5. I'm going to have to probably do 10, right? I'm going to have to pay attention to the fact that customers actually solidify my business in the beginning, but it's the partners who help me to multiply it, right? So we've got to make sure that we have partners who are saying, I want to go get 10. I challenged my team last night on our team call. Let's all go back and get 10 customers. We did it when the company said we can get a free hotel for a conference. Why don't we make that a goal to have 10 customers a month? And we didn't care what product. Another secret for us, we don't care what you buy, just support us. Whatever you can afford. I'd love for you to get the quad. I'd love for you to get the trio. But if you just purchased the Vibrant Duo, oh my God, you're going to love those products, right? Sometimes in business, we want them to do what we did. And if they don't, it's like, well, call us back when you can, right? Even if you just got the Omegas, guys, sold a day. I can't necessarily get everyone to buy the quads, but I can get 4 customers to each purchase an Omega. Volume is volume, right? So every day, the goal is to get a certain amount of volume, whatever yours is. How you get it, the how doesn't concern me. The how doesn't concern your back office. When it shows up and the credit card is approved, we've got volume. Right? We've got promotions happening. So I learned daily to not be so obsessed with my customers being on a trio, quad, shred 10, or purchasing a tower, but to let my customers fall in love with something about Juice Plus the way that I love Juice Plus, and then I can always upgrade them to other products. Now, my business partners, there's some non-negotiables. Right? So if we're going to do business, then you've got to have inventory and a product story of those who are on flagship products. So you need to get the trio. You need to get the quad. You need to purchase a tower garden. You need to purchase a shred 10. You need to get a package, right? Because you're selling a business that has an amazing product line. We're a plant-based nutrition company, and you should have our nutritional products, plural, in your house. So I'm at probably 15 minutes. I don't know, Carol, can you be my time person and tell me? Because I'll talk for too long. But these are just some things.
Yeah, you're right at 15 minutes. Can I just see if anyone has any questions for you really quick? Does anyone have any questions about what she just went over? I'm like frantically writing notes, but remember, this is recorded and we can go back and watch it. Anybody out there you can type them in the chat. You can say them out loud. Anybody out there?
No questions, but that was an amazing, amazing tale of success. I was inspired by it. Thank you so much, Latoya. This is Ian and Brenda.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys so much. I always have to go back to, how things started. And of course, your business evolves as you grow and months and life happens. This year has also been very trying. I've dealt with 10 deaths in my family and friends. And so it's been rough, but I can tell people that I didn't lose my mind. I take Juice Plus every day. I'm not crazy. And I have a great community of people who genuinely love and care about me. I have great upline leadership, and it's the community that sometimes uplifts you in the business. So I do want to leave you guys by saying, on your hard days, don't run from your Juice Plus family. When times get rough, people always say, well, I don't want to burden them with it. You're not burdening your upline by asking them for some inspiration. You're not burdening them with them giving you some words of encouragement on a bad day and just saying, I care about you and I love you. It's important that we recognize that we serve a bigger purpose here in Juice Plus. I love money. I tell people all the time, it helps me to do great things with people. So I'm never going to negate the fact that when I saw Juice Plus's compensation plan, it made sense. And I was like, I want the benefits package. I want the college tuition. I want everything that it has to offer, right? But I recognize that if I focused on the people, all of that would come. If I focused on sharing the product, all of that would come. And I really believe in the saying that if you help enough people get what they want, you get everything in life that you want. So be inspired to share this business, even on the hard days. They say, if you do the hard things, life will be easy. But if you do the easy things, life will be hard. So thank you guys for sharing. And I'm so grateful for Cheryl Cortese, Cynthia Gompers, Dr. Smart, and Gina Gonzalez Johnson for just being amazing upline support and leadership. And all of my sideline partners have just been absolutely amazing. I love Dr. Candace. I love being able to go to convention and hug new faces and meet new people. You guys are just absolutely amazing. And I would be nowhere without my team. I'm obsessed with them. I absolutely adore them. Living with them is a part of just my everyday way of breathing. So thank you guys so much. And I hope that you find love and value in everything that Juice Plus has to offer, because it's really changed my life.
Thank you very much.
It was
You're awesome in the way you presented that. Thank you so much. I mean, inspiring. Thank you.
Yes, it was a great
Thank
training.
you.
It was great training. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. I
Thank
can't
you,
wait to
Latoya.
see you in Phoenix. We'll be in Arizona together for sure, and at
I've
you
already-
all
already
around.
booked my flight. I've already booked my flight. We're going to Phoenix.
Great,
All
great,
right,
great.
thank you,
Thank
Latoya.
you.
Good night,
Have a
everyone.
good night,
Awesome.
everyone.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.